Hi families of Eden Village Camp, my name is Josh Jacobs. I'm the Assistant Director of Eden Village, and I'm happy to be able to take a quiet minute here on our farm surrounded by some guinea hens and a variety of the vegetables that we've planted while all the kids are off schmoozing during one of their fun activities right now. And I'm excited to tell you a little bit about what the bunks have been up to this first week of camp. Starting off with Gaines, the boys of Gaines went on an overnight where they slept in tents outside and woke up to the sweet sounds of their counselor Evan playing guitar, which I know they love because I put them to bed the other night. During their bunk night, they had a scavenger hunt which ended in a huge game of Gaga. Svi from Gaines has also been leading the whole bunk in drumming during any available moment. The boys of Chanasenish, during their bunk, they went through Love Warrior training, where they were given Love Warrior names and were knighted as Love Warriors. Last night, they did their first Love Warrior love prank, where they arranged the shoes of the other boys in Yesod tribe into a heart in the middle of the floor. Apparently, they've passed their Love Warrior training with a love prank like that. Last night they played Salamander Tales, where each boy was both a hawk and a salamander and had to snap up other Chanasenish boys' tails while protecting their own. The tail was represented by a really long sock attached to their shirt. The Yesod girls in the Heschel bunk have been spending a lot of time performing in front of camp. Each night, they're some of the first people to come up to me and say, I want to present a song, or I want to do gymnastics at Share tonight. They also played Salamander Tales, and I played with them, and I think my tail was eaten about 6 times before I ran out of energy and I didn't have the strength to regenerate my tail. At the end of the game, everyone learned about environmental maintenance and how we can ensure that both the salamanders and the hawks can both have a habitat to crawl around and fly around. In Cook, they spent their bunk night building nests in their bunk, which they adorned with personalized items to remind them a little bit of their home. And then they went and toured around the other nests that everyone else created in the bunk. Some of them even made their nests around their bed frames, and they're sleeping in these nests that they've created just for themselves. Also in Cook, Ellie had her birthday, and the whole bunk celebrated by sharing the first birthday cake of the summer so far. In Eve, they went on an overnight where they played a whole bunch of games out in the woods. They adorned themselves with some very artistic face paint, as any woods player might have. They also call themselves the Chicken Squad because every morning they wake up at 7:21 a.m. to do a chicken dance. And then they go and take care of some of Eden Village's chickens, each of which they've named and given very extensive backstories to. In Nachshon, they enjoyed their bunk night by running around in their pajamas for a while, followed by making friendship bracelets and laughing and giggling the whole time, which I can attest to because I walked by it multiple times. The Nachshon girls have also been well represented at the Share Circle, where each camper has gotten up and shared a song or a poem or a skill or a story with the rest of camp. Helena and Audrey especially recently performed a rendition of You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone, with Helena singing and Audrey playing rhythm on the cups. Nachshon also did one of Eden Village's first love pranks of the summer by making hearts out of paper and rocks and adorning all their neighboring bunks with them. Besh had a great tribe night last night where they played a game called Headquarters, where they team up with other people in their bunks to accomplish various challenges. Some of these challenges include traveling from one goal to another via piggyback ride and doing 3-legged races. And at the end of the evening, they wrote blessings that they presented to other campers in neighboring bunks. That's so nice. Last night in Miriam, the girls had a really fun and silly bunk activity. One of the silly parts was where they had to wear all their clothes on unusual parts of their body. Who knew that a bunk full of girls with socks on their hands could be so funny? Apparently their counselors did, and the girls thought so just the same. The bunk has also been spending a lot of time in the camp's herb room, where they've been learning about tasting many different types of leaves, teas, and natural soothing remedies. In Slofchad, The bunk was excited that last week's Torah portion was also called Slofchad, and they spent time learning about last week's Torah portion. They learned about how the women in the Parsha, in the Torah portion, were empowered with the right to receive inheritance, and the girls have been using this empowerment throughout their days at camp. They also picked Shabbat sisters and spent time in the art room making beautiful trinkets and projects to secretly give to their Shabbat sister. The girls of Tzlofchad also had an evening activity where they learned how to make a fire with our wilderness team, and each person built her own little personal fire which she wrote some obstacles that she might foresee having this summer, and then threw these pieces of paper into the fire, making sure to obliterate them. In Tussman, the Tussman bunk has really embraced exploring their Judaism, and they're working on creating a skit about a girl who's Jewish and is trying to find their identity. They're preparing to perform this skit at this Saturday's extra-long Shabbat share in front of the whole camp. They also spent time with the camp's wilderness team learning to make a fire, and after each person contributed to making this huge fire, they discussed how they'll continue to keep the fire that fuels their energy inside going throughout the whole rest of the summer. And finally, the Bari boys have been playing so many sports you'd think they invented all of them. They've been rocking the Gaga court and playing lots of ultimate frisbee, playing lots of basketball. They also enjoy playing the drums, so much so that they've started a drum band and can often be found playing the drum music for other bunks' games of musical chairs.